The mics are hot, and so's the gossip. Let's get into it in 3.
Welcome to In 3. I'm Danielle Graham.
And I'm Callie.
I really want to check in with you. It is the end of summer.
Ooh.
And I know you and I love summer more than really anybody I know. This is really where we
are the summer girlies.
Thrive here.
We do.
I'm a little sad.
Yeah.
Not going to lie.
Yeah, no, I couldn't let go of the white pant today, but I am leaning in hard to cardigan season.
I was going to point that out.
And
I see what you've done.
if you're new here, we basically spend
6 months.
6 months in a cardigan.
And we're called out for it.
And we're back because it's cardigan season and I love a uniform.
That's right.
So here we are.
Here we are. I'm in a hard pant and I'm very uncomfortable, but I guess 'tis the season.
'Tis the season for a hard pant and a cardigan.
That's right. And the kids went back to school today.
Yes.
So for everyone else who sent kids back today, solidarity. There's a lot of feelings there. Like, of course, you're happy for them to go back, and then you're maybe a little bit sad that the summer's over, and you know we're back to making lunches and all that stuff. So anybody else is in that area, I feel you.
We see you.
We see you.
Yes.
Okay. TMZ tried to ruin our weekend, our Labor Day last weekend of summer.
Truly.
TMZ comes out with this story that Pam Anderson and Liam Neeson are not in love. It is a whole Fauxmance, and it was a PR stunt all along.
Hold my beer. I am upset.
I know.
I talked about it in passing in last week's episode where I was like, sidebar, if this is a lie, I will never forgive them. And I'm holding strong on that statement.
I know.
I feel like, jokes aside, there's actually a line that I feel like if this is true, it has been crossed. Okay. We are rooting for Liam Neeson for many reasons.
Yes.
Okay. His wife passing in such a tragic way.
Yep.
We are rooting for Pam for many similar reasons, right? Her unluckiness in love and just her earnestness and her authenticity. If they lied to us through this whole thing as a publicity stunt for their movie, goodwill is kind of gone.
It's egregious.
Like, you took advantage of our generous hearts who want good things for these two people.
I think we almost cried.
Like, literally.
So happy.
The amount of time that lived rent free in my head for way too long.
I know.
And so I really feel like I'm all for this kind of like flirtatious red carpet premiere thing, you know, like the Zoe Kravitz and the Austin Butler thing of like looks exchanged, right? Like,
Sure.
Okay, yeah, they have tons of chemistry. Is it possible they could be, you know, more? But, and I think that all is fair in that kind of promotional thing. But when it comes to these two people who, again, we are rooting so hard for and have invested so much emotion into like hoping this is true. And they took it so much further than just glances on a carpet. This was, I fell madly in love with her.
Hand holding during interviews.
Hand holding.
Embracing and looking lovingly. I agree. So the article that came out from TMZ said that they had not seen each other since the film wrapped a year ago. Until the press tour a year later. There'd been no contact whatsoever.
Right.
They'd never even had a one-on-one dinner. But to restore your faith a little bit,
Okay.
now other sources have come out and said, no, that's not true. These two would never, ever do something like that. And part of me believes that to be true because for exactly the reasons you said. They have lived a lot of life. They've both had big loves. They've both had sadness and tragedy. They've had difficulty. They've had triumphs, peaks and valleys, all that stuff. They've got no time for bullshit anymore.
Right.
So I want to believe that Liam Neeson is not a man you could pitch an idea like this to. You're a publicist for the film and you roll up to him and say, listen, you know what would be great? A fake romance.
Right.
Could you see him having time for that? And I could also not see Pam, who is living in this very authentic self.
Well, that's it.
And this very authentic era, all peeled back, all very much embracing exactly who she is, putting on a big fat lie.
I just think that maybe they embraced like a playfulness and maybe they didn't even anticipate that the public would respond the way that they did. As a response to the TMZ article, there were subsequent sort of responses being like, no, it was totally authentic. And I'm not sure if that's their team backpedaling because they realized that it's a hold my beer situation
Right.
for the public who really invested time and energy
For you.
and love into this relationship. And it is Pam's really transparent, raw, authentic moment that she's having that makes this more egregious.
Right.
Because she's not Syndey Sweeney and it's not Glenn Powell. It's two people, again, that were like, we are so invested in their happiness and want such good things for them. And they're both such in vulnerable places. And I just think that if this was a sham, which I really do believe that like maybe they weren't pitched like, let's do a showmance.
They played it up, you think?
But maybe they were just like, oh, this is kind of fun. People are like asking a lot of questions about this. There's a lot of interest. This isn't terrible for this movie that we want it to be successful.
Sure. I just can't see Liam Neeson getting carried away.
Right.
He's just too measured and too much of a kind of a serious kind of
he's
guy
a straight man.
to do that.
Yeah.
Or maybe that's just me wanting so desperately again for this to be true.
I know.
So I guess at this point,
we'll see.
it's a question mark.
Yeah.
It really is.
I want to know.
I want to know too. Yeah, you're really in. You've been really in all summer on this one. I know.
I'm so in. I just feel like there's going to come a point where you really can't toy with the public that much.
Fair.
Like you can't start lying to the public. You can play.
Sure.
You can have fun with it. The are they, aren't they moment on the carpet or whatever it is. But when you start actually literally allowing your late wife's best friend to be celebrating your love in an interview and not say no, that's not where we're at, not correct people, and even like go further to play it up and holding hands and doing all these things. I just think like that kind of deception for the public,
Good word for it.
there's going to be some kind of reaction to that.
Yeah.
And
You're
I
right.
don't want to live in a skeptical world. Like we love looking at these headlines and like living in a world where like, oh my God, is this possible? And really caring about it and really rooting for people and investing our time and energy and emotional real estate into it. But like, I don't want to start looking at it and being like, well, Pam and Liam lied. So what are these guys doing?
You're right.
I
All
don't
very valid
know.
points.
Maybe I'm giving it too much energy.
You're
but
not at all, because for all the reasons you said,
specialty.
we were deeply invested.
Overthinkers Anonymous over here.
There she is.
Oops.
Let's talk about Jessica Simpson.
Yeah.
That was a surprise.
Yes.
Spotted flying for a lot for reasons, actually. You're laughing already.
The whole thing was so messy.
It's so, including her eye makeup. So
Everything.
messy.
Yeah. Did she sleep the night before? We're not sure.
In that eyeliner,
Yeah.
it looked like it. So
Yeah.
she was spotted at the airport going from LA to Vegas
Yeah.
in what can only be described as the most classic Jessica Simpson style. Tracksuit,
Yeah.
gigantic bag. Like, I mean, enormous handbag.
Right.
Big hoop earrings.
yeah, big
and
platforms.
big platforms and this smudgy, messy eyeliner. With Jessica Simpson on their way from LA to Vegas was her, I thought, ex-husband,
Yeah.
but it didn't look it.
Right. I mean, they had such a messy breakup earlier this year.
Yeah.
Followed by a massive like breakup album and like a tour of lots of yelling and lots of sort of innuendos about men being liars and cheaters and horrible people.
Yeah, she all but said he stepped out or cheated in some capacity.
Right. Like I actually think she was very close to saying that.
Yeah.
Again, here we are investing all of our time thinking about Jess, trying to set her up with someone, worrying about her. The only reason why I think it would be appropriate to take a flight with an ex or be that close in proximity for that amount of time is if you were with the kids.
Mm-hmm.
Kids,
It was
nowhere to be seen.
Family trip. No, it was just the two of
Just
them.
the two of them.
The internet was having a field day with the fact that they were flying Southwest Airlines, which is a low-cost carrier, in
Coach.
and he was in a middle seat.
Right.
Like, at least she didn't have to take the middle, but it was like Jessica Simpson, Eric Johnson, and whoever Rando on the end.
No, like I guess if you're, if you're trying to be more responsible with your money or you just don't think it's necessary, but like that's not Jess. Like Jessica Simpson is not a frugal gal.
Nor should she be. She's
No,
worth a bajillion
she's a
dollars.
billionaire.
Yeah.
So I'm just sort of like, it is a bit confusing. Why are we together? Without the kids.
Mm-hmm.
Why are we in Coach?
Mm-hmm.
again, no shade to Coach. I fly Coach, all good. I'm just saying, Jessica Simpson, this is a weird move. Most stars like wouldn't fly Coach just because of like just sheer proximity to the person next to you. And most of the time they want like a little bit of space, especially when you're someone that recognizable.
They don't want to be in the Gen Pop.
No.
For all the reasons you don't want to be in the Gen Pop.
Yeah.
And it's a quick flight from LA to Vegas. You would think even a helicopter might have been an option or a private jet. It was weird.
Bare minimum business class.
Bare minimum business class on another airline, because I don't even think Southwest has anything but it's like a bus, essentially.
Right.
So they were going to Vegas to see Ashley Simpson perform.
Right.
So that feels to me like a date. Why on earth would he be there otherwise?
Right. So are we backsliding? What's happening here?
I don't know. I also think if you had a partner who stepped out on you, the last place you would take that person is to Vegas. Like, that's just not where we go.
Right. We're not going to Vegas.
No.
And also like to be around the family, like, you know, your sister and things like that.
Good point.
Like, how far down the line do you have to be in a reconciliation to bring them back around your closest loved ones? Like, I feel like, you know, you would need a little bit of time just to make sure, like, are we doing this? Does this make sense? Can I forgive you? And then if I can I get my family to forgive you?
Yeah.
Can we move forward in that way? Bringing him, like, if they had just gone to see like Backstreet Boys, it would have been like less innocuous.
You're right.
I feel like going to see Ashley is like such a weird move. And yes, it does read date, and it does read like we are far down the line in a reconciliation.
Right. They didn't look, in their facial expressions and the photos that were captured on the plane and at the gate, they didn't look like people who were overly thrilled with one another.
No, they definitely didn't look happy. But
They did
that
not
doesn't
look
necessarily mean they're not reconciling.
That's true. You're right.
There are many reasons to reconcile, or many reasons one would give as reasons why they're reconciling.
I know why they're mad. They were in Coach on a
What
shitty
are
airline.
we doing here?
That's why. It was probably like, this was your idea. You said it'd be quick.
Right.
You said it was the best way to get there. Da, 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 and that's what that
Nothing
was.
sets off a domestic quite like
Airport travel is another
crowded
level
airports.
of, it is a pressure cooker.
it really is.
So that's
Yeah.
maybe what it is.
Okay.
Anyway, remains to be seen what's going on with
Remains
those
to be seen.
two.
But yes, I did poll our audience about that situation, and they all said they don't look happy. So, but they don't look happy doesn't mean that they're not on the path to reconciling.
They don't look happy because they're on a bus, basically in the sky.
Terrible.
Oh, terrible
Oh
is
my
right.
God.
Okay, we've got a great show this week. The big three. First story: the Venice Film Festival is well underway.
Yeah.
Mega star power this year.
Huge stars.
Right?
Like, I think the biggest we've seen in a festival so far this year.
I'm really excited.
Yeah,
There's
same.
so much happening. A story that came out of nowhere. I didn't expect this one.
Yeah.
Scooter Braun and Syndey Sweeney.
I know.
Wow.
That really like hit me in the face this weekend.
What a pairing.
Talk about messy drama. Love it.
Love it. Love it.
Love
We do have to dip back into Taylor in her engagement era, what she's been up to, what has happened since the engagement.
Yeah.
And just
all the rogue relatives.
talk about messy.
Yeah.
Rogue relatives.
Yeah.
Okay. And then finally,
Yeah, we have to talk about Bad Bunny.
we do.
Yeah. Kind of a random one, maybe, if you look at it like from a macro perspective.
Right.
But micro, I feel like we need to know more about this man who is literally everywhere,
Massive.
who saved Happy Gilmore too.
Yes. Really?
And who's really like kind of lighting up the world with kindness and good things.
Absolutely. That's the thing. You know his name and you know the music. You
Yeah.
just kind of, again, need to put those pieces
It's
together.
a Tate McRae situation.
It
He's
absolutely
everywhere,
is.
but like, how much do we know about him? We're going to upload everyone on the amazingness that is Benito.
Oh, I love it. All right, Cal, let's head over to Venice.
Let's do that.
All right. Like I said, mega movie stars. Julia Roberts, George Clooney, and Amal.
Yes.
Which was great to see. Kate Blanchett, Emma Stone, Andrew Garfield, Emily Blunt with a new face, and The Rock. Where do you want to start?
Oh my
I've
God.
offered you a buffet.
Wow, you really
of,
did.
Of celebrities.
I think let's start with, can we start with the sustainability conversation?
Okay.
The fashion sustainability conversation?
Yeah, let's do that.
So, obviously sustainability is like a big topic.
Yes.
And the first thing that I noticed was Cate Blanchett, who, like, this woman never misses.
Never.
Like, it's actually insane. She's so flawless. Her decisions are flawless. It turns out that the first dress she wore on the carpet was a rewear, something she had worn on a red carpet a few years ago.
Wow. That's
and is re-wearing a
never
whole
done.
gown. Then it turns
Amazing.
out that this is not the first time she's done that. She's actually reworn multiple gowns to big events like Golden Globes, big red carpets. And I was like, yes, queen.
Love it.
I have never even reworn an outfit on this podcast.
Never the same cardigan
Okay?
twice.
Never the same cardigan twice.
Same.
So I have mad respect for that. But then continuing that conversation, as you said, Julia Roberts was there. She was named as the new sort of face of the season for Versace.
Yes.
And on the panel day,
Yeah.
she wore kind of a really cute casual Versace outfit, jeans, dress shirt, a blazer. She looked great.
Looks so good.
Then the next day, we see Amanda Seyfried in the same outfit.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, oh boy, what a big mistake.
Right.
Like, if Julia Roberts is like basically the face of Versace at the Venice Film Festival, how did this happen?
How did anybody get their hands on this outfit?
Correct. So then going a little bit deeper, it turns out that Amanda was not just wearing the same outfit. She was wearing the actual same garment that Julia had worn the day before.
Off her back. So Julia wore it on the Friday to the photo call, as you said.
Yeah.
Amanda Seyfried commented on the post.
Yes.
They have a mutual stylist.
Right.
And said, can I wear this too?
Right.
Oh my God, can I wear this?
Like as a joke, I'm assuming. And then it was like, actually, here you go, delivered to her hotel. You can tell that obviously Julia is very tall and slender and tall, and they have different body types. You can tell that like Amanda's kind of drowning in it. Like it's like it doesn't quite fit, but it's a vibe.
Yeah, it looks cool.
And I feel like this is such a cute moment in time, a cute sisterhood moment.
Absolutely.
But also with the sustainability piece in there. I think it's just a really fun way to celebrate all of that.
I totally agree.
And I just absolutely loved it. Love seeing Julia Roberts in general.
She's so cool.
We never get to see her.
And she is, for me, like one of the marquee big celebrities. If she's somewhere, it is a big deal.
It's a big deal.
And she is, when she steps out, it's movie star.
Yes.
And I love seeing her. I really love seeing her there.
Same.
I also loved seeing, we'd mentioned it really quickly, George Clooney and Amal.
Yeah.
So their arrival style, because remember, Venice, you arrive by boat.
Yes.
She's in that butter yellow, very similar to the color you're wearing. Halter. They look like royalty.
Literally.
Okay?
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Then comes their red carpet moment for the premiere of his film.
Right.
She's in this magenta mini dress with this like big train, this big poofy train.
It was a very like high-low.
Yeah,
It was very
like a mullet
almost
dress.
80s inspired, I felt like.
That's what I felt like.
80s prom.
It looked like a Barbie doll dress I had on one of my dolls in the 80s. And I say that with respect.
Yeah.
I loved it. And her hair and the way that they work the crowd, and George is doing his like wink and nod and point thing.
Yeah.
And he's looking at her and he's fixing her train. And a lot of the video that came out was in slow-mo, which made it even like, I don't know, like sexier to watch.
Yeah. No one works a carpet like George.
It is a master class.
It really is.
I've seen it myself.
Was there some rumors that he was not feeling well early on in the festival?
Oh, I didn't hear that.
I heard early on that he had not attended a few of the things that he was supposed to attend, I think including a press conference.
Okay.
Due to illness.
Oh.
So there was like a little bit of a panic, but then we see him on the carpet with Amal doing exactly what you just described, the master class in working a room.
Like no one else does it.
And it's like, oh yeah, he's fine. And it looks like they're fine.
That's the next part, right? Because when he was on Broadway and she wasn't there, we talked about it on this show. There was a lot of speculation. Haven't seen them out together in a while. What they did with this was, you haven't seen us out in a while?
Yeah. Oh, here
Check
you go.
this.
Yeah.
They worked every single frame.
Did you call for us?
I'll
show you how
we've
it's
arrived.
done. Yeah.
It was majestic.
It was really something
It
to be
really
seen.
was.
I agree.
It really was.
Julia's co-star, Andrew Garfield,
Yes.
as you said, also at the fest. I have some feelings.
Tell me.
Well, as you know, I'm a big Andrew Garfield stan.
You have proclaimed this.
I have. We have talked about him numerous times, right? He had a huge moment around award season with his slutty little glasses and his chain and his open shirt and the beard and
maybe
everything.
Dating Demi Moore at the time.
Yeah, was he or wasn't he?
Yeah,
and now
all of
he's
that.
got this new girlfriend, Monica Barbaro. He showed up and I was like, my mouth was agape, but for the wrong reasons.
Oh.
I never thought it was possible to get the ick from Andrew Garfield.
You're icking?
Well, he better grow a beard ASAP because that fresh face, and I do believe he's lost some weight. I'm not sure if it's for a role. I assume it is.
It could be.
He looks significantly smaller than he was. He has not one hair on his chinny chin chin.
No.
And it's not vibing for me at all. It is doing the opposite of vibing.
No,
I
Okay,
cannot.
I'm gonna bring you back. I'm gonna bring you
I don't
back.
know.
No. I
Okay.
got it. I got the
Okay.
way. I've got the antidote.
I'm ready.
For the remedy for this. Where he won me over was, did you see when he was helping his co-stars out of the boat?
Yes.
He was helping out Iowa Debris and Julia Roberts. He is the epitome of a gentleman.
is. You're right.
And that, I think, in a lot of ways is a lost art.
Yeah.
And I think I looked at that moment and he did it with such ease. It wasn't performative. It wasn't for the cameras. It's literally who he is. He is a man who will help a woman out of a boat or hold a door or whatever that looks like. And in that moment, I thought, his mom would be really proud.
Oh, okay.
Are you back?
Yeah. Well, you bring
She
up
back.
the mom. You're doing okay. You're right.
He's so lovely.
I still need him to grow the beard.
You need a beard. Okay, that feels like something I should say.
We both are married to men who.
It's true.
Has Randall ever shaved his
I've
beard?
never seen the bottom half of Randall's face.
And nor should you.
No, I don't need it.
I have.
Oh.
And I was like, please no, honey.
Every now and again, I'll poke my finger around like the jaw.
What are we
just be
dealing
like,
with?
So where does that go to? Never seen it. I'm sure there'd be like a tan line. It'd be a whole thing. But you're right. I don't need to see it.
No, I don't. I don't prefer that. And I'm sure this is for a role. And I did pull up photos from like the Golden Globes just to like remind myself. Like, I'm like, am I crazy? No. He looks so different.
He does.
Anyways,
Maybe
it's
it
all
is for
good.
something.
My love remains. Actually, he and Monica Barbaro, his girlfriend, and they're very much very official at this point. They're actually going to be starring in a new movie together called Artificial. I wonder if that's how they originally met.
Maybe.
Maybe they were like doing some readings or something like that.
Listen, a lot of romances start on set.
They really do.
We should talk about Dwayne The Rock Johnson, or I guess he's just
Yes.
Dwayne Johnson now, and Emily Blunt. They've got a movie together. What is their movie called?
Their movie's
The
called
Smashing Machine. They stepped out. Her dress was unbelievable. That dress was so spectacular.
Insane.
She looks insane, but she doesn't quite resemble the Emily I remember seeing the last time I saw her step out. And I don't think I'm alone when I say that.
No, there's something different going on. Something different. It's very fresh.
It's very fresh. It's not what I recall.
No.
Not in a bad way. Just
It's very smooth.
very smooth, very full, lots of volume.
Yes.
In the face
I was
region
thinking
only.
that. Yes, exactly.
And Dwayne, on the other hand, has
Right.
lost quite a significant amount of mass because we've known him to be, he was a wrestler. He was big and bulky and all of those things. He looks much leaner, and you can really see it in his face. It's actually quite pronounced in his face. I don't know what that was for. Again, maybe he's trying to shed the wrestlingness of it, or maybe it just gets hard to over time to maintain that level of muscle. I don't know.
Well, man, if Dwayne The Rock Johnson can't maintain muscle, we're all screwed.
We are.
Yeah, no, I loved seeing them together. They're obviously really tight. They were like holding hands and walking together, very much like caring for one another on the carpet.
It was cute.
This is a really big moment for The Rock. I'm just going to call him The Rock.
I know.
I
I
can't call
get-
him Dwayne. I just can't.
I can't get there.
Sorry.
You're The Rock.
Because this is first of all, there's major Oscar buzz for him.
Yep.
They did get the longest standing ovation of all of the standing ovations. As we know, it's not always the best determinant.
Sure. Not
Yeah.
sure. I said sure, but I'm not sure.
I'm not sure. You can't always tell how good a movie is based on the length of the standing ovations, although it did get that movie, The Smashing Machine, got 100% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Wow, that's big.
As their initial rating. So it is a big moment for him. He did in the press conference talk a lot about how no one's ever believed in him as an actor, as a serious actor. And then he was offered this role, sort of the chance of a lifetime for him to break out of the sort of the bubble or the place that he's been put in Hollywood where he's been sort of typecast, right? To be like the muscle guy.
Yeah. The Jumanji guy.
He's totally unrecognizable in this movie, and apparently it's really the performance of a lifetime.
Oh, I can't wait to see that.
Before we move on, I did want to touch on Frankenstein.
Yeah, please do.
The irony of Jacob Elordi, who's like one of the most stunning individuals on planet Earth, playing Frankenstein is not lost on me.
That's
like,
so true.
What are we doing here?
That's so true.
Apparently he spent 10 hours in the makeup chair every day that he was filming this movie. It's Guillermo del Toro. So it's a very artistic, very beautifully shot movie. Yeah, Jacob Elordi, like, the ladies love him.
Oh boy. And rave reviews too for this one as
rave
well.
Reviews.
Yeah.
It's going to be on Netflix, which I always find that to be like a little bit.
I know.
It's this new era, right? Of these streaming services getting these big movies.
Yep.
But yeah, it is also getting Oscar buzz, as Guillermo del Toro normally would. Yeah. It's so funny. So last week we talked about Zoe Kravitz and Harry Styles, and in the context of Austin Butler, and we got some DMs on Instagram from our community, and someone said that there's like basically one young group of people in Hollywood that all just like basically date and bang each other, and it's always just like a new version of the same people. Yeah. And I feel like Jacob Elordi's in that category, and so is his ex Kaya Gerber.
I was just going to say.
And right? So it's like Kaya Gerber, Austin Butler, Zoe Kravitz, all these people are in this melange, and they just keep swapping.
They've all shared fluids.
They totally have.
Ew, that was so gross.
Jacob Elordi's ex, as well as Austin Butler's ex, is Kaya Gerber. She
was there
with her new man, Louis Pullman, who's Bill Pullman's son and an actor. And she's been in all these sort of like high profile relationships. But I have never seen her with this much PDA.
All over each other.
Literally.
Oh, big time.
Sucking face.
Big time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think it's legit, or do you think it's a little bit performative? For any exes
who might be watching,
just be there
I don't
watching
know.
to see.
I mean, maybe
you're right,
it was
though.
Just
there is
so
extra. Can I tell you the one thing about Venice that really unlocks my neuroses? The idea
stuck.
You're stuck 100%. You know that, being stuck anywhere. It's the idea of trying to get in and out of those boats with grace and elegance. Like Cal,
God.
I would be. Could you imagine? Could you imagine me trying to like gracefully exit a boat in a gown, in a heel,
with all of those photographers? The pressure,
like I'm sweating right now thinking
that
about that. It's just that for me is like, I'm sorry, I could never premiere at Venice. I'm sorry, everybody.
You're like, sorry,
it just couldn't happen.
It's not gonna happen.
No, it couldn't.
No,
but it is nice to see.
It is so nice to see.
And now the next festival is coming here to our hometown, to Toronto,
coming up any minute.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, kind of leads us to our next topic, which is Syndey Sweeney and Scooter Braun. Syndey will be here at TIFF.
Right.
For her movie.
Christy.
That's the one where she gained 30 pounds, to play Christy Martin, who is a queer professional boxer.
Yep.
And I think there's a lot of awards buzz around her in that role. So it'll be interesting to see how that's received when she gets here.
Well, that's the thing. So she's had a controversial summer for a lot of reasons.
Yes.
Now kind of on the upswing with this, movie that has already got a lot of buzz. When you take on a role like this, when you take on a biopic and you put in the work to transform your body that way, you're gunning for one thing, and that's to make the award season run.
She's looking for that Charlize Oscar.
Absolutely. Yeah. So this is the trajectory of where we're going. We're coming out of this like controversial summer and maybe getting some good news, and you decide to start dating Scooter Braun?
What are we doing here?
This is not the way to rehab your image.
No.
This is not the way to ride this back end of the year into award season. Not with that man.
No.
So this was a surprise.
It's a surprise because it's so obvious to us that this is not the trajectory that leads you to award. Like, what's she going to walk the red carpet with Scooter Braun, the most hated man in Hollywood?
Yeah.
But at the same time, I feel as though she's just kind of like making misstep after misstep, and it sort of aligns with her sort of lack of awareness of how things are landing. Because first it was the bathwater.
Yep. Which we talked
that
about.
She was selling. Then it was the American Eagle campaign.
The Syndey Sweeney has great jeans.
Syndey Sweeney has great jeans, which did not land with the public.
It didn't. And I think, just to really touch on it quickly, the reasons it didn't, it was a play on the word genes, right? My genes are blue.
Like genetics.
But genetics is where, people started to read into it and interpret it as you were well-born or genetically superior for being blue-eyed and blonde-haired.
There's a white supremacy
possible undertone
there that people took issue with.
Yeah, because then the clip says, genes are passed down from parents to offspring. My genes are blue. Blue is also the color of the Republican Party, for which she has a history of being supportive of, allegedly. So then Donald Trump comes out and says this is the best campaign ever and it's so hot. So
well, Donald Trump endorsed Syndey and basically told the world that she is a Republican and voted Republican, is registered as a Republican. Not exactly the endorsement you want at this moment in time.
And not amongst your peers, I would imagine.
Right.
In Hollywood.
In that sort of demo.
Yeah.
It's maybe like vote for whoever, but let's just, keep it quiet.
Yeah.
Move a little bit quieter.
Yeah. And you're right. It was misstep after misstep. And now another misstep into possibly dating Scooter Braun. So they were both at the Jeff Bezos, Lauren Sanchez wedding. It was after the wedding in Venice. It was after the wedding that they were seen together walking the streets.
Yeah.
And have apparently been quietly dating ever since.
Yeah. And I imagine that it was the Jeff Bezos connection that brought them together because we know that Syndey and Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez are quite close, right? They're in business together.
That's right.
Apparently we'll be working on movies together. And all that. And we also know that Scooter is quite close with Jeff Bezos. Scooter himself is a billionaire and has been very much enmeshed in that community for some time. So I don't know, maybe Jeff and Lauren set them up and that's how this all happened.
Yep.
I personally, as you know, don't have a huge issue with Scooter. And I also do think he's kind of cute. So from
they're gonna come for you.
They're gonna come for me.
They're gonna come for you. It's fine. I'm kidding.
I can take it.
Yeah, she was a big girl. I'm kidding. No, he looks cute in that podcast. I'll say it.
He was cute in the podcast. I think he's a businessman. He made tough business calls that didn't land well for those of us who feel more with our hearts than we do with our bank accounts, and those of us who new and old love Taylor.
Yes.
So, but anyways, all to say, I can see how the attraction would be there. He does look a lot like her ex fiance, in my opinion.
Same thing.
Right?
Yep.
Jonathan Davino.
Also a businessman.
Also a very
wealthy businessman, I should say.
And also in his 40s.
Yes.
There's a lot of, if there's a profile here, if this is her type, it's looking like it might be.
It's looking like it might be.
Yeah.
And back to being one of the most hated people in America anyway, I actually did some numbers. I ran some numbers here, okay?
Hit me.
So 53% of U.S. adults say they are Taylor Swift fans. Okay? So that means half of America hates Scooter Braun.
Right.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Or has feelings that aren't so great about him. That means over 177 million people don't like the man you're dating. If you're trying to rehab your image, make a run for some kind of statue,
you're right.
I would suggest he might not be the best person to do that alongside you.
Right.
I was thinking, for her, because again, this is all a game. This part of the year through to award season is a game.
Totally.
We've seen it play out.
Yeah.
Why not Austin Butler?
Yeah.
Why not him?
More appropriate.
Yeah. He's a serious actor.
Yes.
So are you. We think he's single because Zoe has moved on to Harry Styles.
Right.
He's available. You're both attractive.
Yeah.
Even just for these next few months, go there.
Yeah.
go there. Scooter, I just don't think is the ticket to win it.
Yeah, and you're not even counting the people that are Justin Bieber fans that now hate Scooter or Ariana Grande fans that now hate Scooter, and it's probably much higher than
Actually,
that.
let me get my
calculator out.
You're right. My accounting is off. It's much higher. So if it's 53 Taylor, let's add another at least 15 Bieber, another like a little bit of that. Or it's most of the nation.
Yeah.
At this point.
Yeah, it's just me basically that like is defending
You usually
Scooter
are on an
for
island.
reasons I can't even. I don't even know why I'm defending him. I just I love an underdog.
I do.
Danielle, I love an underdog.
And this would be a boring show if we agreed on everything.
It's true.
So if Scooter Braun comes to TIFF,
We'll know.
we'll know. It's
We'll
highly
keep our
unlikely.
eyes open.
We will keep our eyes open. Highly unlikely.
Yes,
but
highly unlikely.
we'll see if they're dating.
But speaking of his arch nemesis,
Yes.
who's in her engaged era,
Still very excited about that.
still very excited.
Very.
We have been basking in Taylor's engagement glow
Very
for the
much.
last week or so.
Yeah, we have.
Any sort of like updated thoughts on it?
Well, let's go back to the engagement day because it was such a joyful day.
It was.
The announcement comes out about like 1:00 Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
By 6 p.m., Taylor's soon-to-be father-in-law, Travis's dad,
Right.
Ed Kelce, has appeared on a local newscast in Cleveland, spilling all kinds of details about the engagement.
Yes.
So they had 5 hours of bliss, and then Ed kind of took over the news cycle.
He really
He
did.
really did. It
Yeah.
went from every meme, every brand, everybody was on board this engagement and inserting themselves
Yeah.
into photos and everything else. We did it too on our channel.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it was Ed everywhere because of the things he said.
Well, first of all, give whoever chased that interview with Ed Kelce a raise. This person should be working for the New York Times.
Oh my God.
Why are we working for the local Cleveland News? How did they land this interview? What is it like a?
Is it a DM?
Is it a DM like, hey, we'd love to chat to you about this? And he's like, yeah, sure.
Yeah, I'll jump on Zoom at a very bad angle. Like it was like
Just
under
like right up, right up those nostrils.
right up the nostrils. I totally agree. If that producer hasn't been poached by one of the big networks on one of the big shows,
Correct.
missed opportunity.
Yeah.
Because honestly,
That's crazy because he also did an interview with an Australian
He sure did.
morning show right after.
he sure did.
But yeah, I thought it's very curious.
It is, and some of the things he said, again, he's just speaking plainly, right? He's clearly not media trained, which I don't understand how they got this far 2 years into this relationship.
Right.
He has 2 very famous sons. How we got this far without a conversation about speaking to the media, taking those calls, pitches, and ideas, and also what we say when and if we've been approved, which is the key piece,
Yes.
to do media.
Right.
Okay. So I don't know how we got here, but we did. So he said when he was on the Cleveland station, Travis actually did the proposal not quite 2 weeks ago. He was going to put it off till this week. I think she was getting maybe a little antsy.
Right.
Ooh.
we don't
Ooh,
love
ooh,
that
ooh,
word,
ooh.
Ed.
I had like a gut punch feeling.
Yeah, no. This is
Because
a word we're not using.
We're not using antsy about Taylor Swift.
No.
Okay? We're not doing that. And I hated it. There's no way she didn't hate that.
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine anyone having their soon-to-be father-in-law say that and
Yes.
and put that light on it.
Right.
Also, this was their story to tell us when they were ready. We were just getting them to talk and we were just hearing about them, and I wanted to hear their engagement tale
Yeah.
from them.
Yeah.
But no, he went on to tell us how it all happened.
And I also think it's like a special moment for the fans to kind of like have a moment to like speculate and sort of dream
Fair.
up their own stories. And I kind of thought that's what we would be doing for a bunch of days at least, that we would be
Easily.
like, you know, as we did in our conversation, like, I wonder how this happened and all of these different theories and allowing people to cook things up. This was very much like an unromantic way to share what happened. Although he was lovely when he described like, you know, how in love they are and
Oh,
how
God,
amazing
yeah.
it is to see them. And obviously how much support the families are giving them. The antsy comment, yeah, not a great look. What we're not going to do is make her look like a desperate woman.
She's not a
Taylor
pick-me.
Swift, okay? Yes,
Okay?
exactly.
We are not pick-meing Taylor Swift,
No,
Ed
we are
Kelce.
not. No, we are not.
So that's enough of that.
My question, though, is like Tree Payne, who's Taylor Swift's publicist and sort of like puppet master, right? Like she calls all of the shots, and Taylor's very much in control of her narrative and her brand. I'm wondering if, how could this possibly happen? If is it possible that they gave Ed the go ahead? And I'm only saying that because I just think like this would be such a colossal whoopsie.
Yes.
And of a major magnitude. Like this is a big deal. And I'm wondering if they were like, we don't want to tell the story ourselves because we've already said a lot. We've already said the most on this podcast. And she's not the type of person to like give us all the things all the time.
Okay.
So I'm wondering if they're like, you know what's really like a cute, earnest way to do this is have Ed go do these 5-minute interviews with these weird local stations, give a couple of not even breadcrumbs, like give them a meal and shut down maybe a lot of speculation. And then he took it a tiny bit too far, because there was one moment in the Australia interview, at the end of the interview, they said to him, okay, like, can't do the accent, not going to try. Okay, Ed, like, what about the wedding? What's going to happen with the wedding? What do we know? When is it going to be? What is she going to wear? And he was like, oh, no. I know better than that. That's a no comment for me.
Oh.
So he did draw a boundary at some point, but before that, it all felt very rogue. But I'm wondering if it was almost like controlled rogue.
I mean, it's an interesting theory. Is he not allowed to talk about things that are about to happen, but feels like he can talk about things that already happened? Is that where he drew the line? This has already happened. I can talk about it, but I'm not going to give you the what's coming up because I don't want to give away the secrets of the location and all that kind of stuff. If it was a little bit more strategic like that, or letting Ed run with it, there would have been different stations at play, I think.
Maybe,
and
yeah.
I think the messaging would have been a little bit better.
Maybe.
And I think
it's just hard to believe that this slipped through the cracks.
It was 5 hours later.
It's crazy.
So that's crazy.
Why I'm like, I want to believe that Taylor was in control of this to a degree, but then he was like, Ed, the ANSI, come on, like we need to back off the ANSI.
And then also explained how the proposal happened. You know, they were at home, they were going to go out for dinner. He got her out to the backyard. Let's go have a glass of wine. I wanted to hear that story from them.
Right. But do you think realistically we would have gotten it from them maybe months later in People magazine? But I don't think we would have gotten, like, she's not the type of person to go on an Instagram live or go on, live with Kelly to tell this type of story.
True.
We wouldn't have gotten it for so long. Which I was fine with. And that's what I thought was going to happen. Like,
and that was
we'll
fun.
just speculate.
Yeah.
We know about the ring. That felt like a huge gift that we had all the information about this young female ring designer and all of this stuff. So this was just like weird. But we all have kind of rogue family members. Like my family knows you cannot tell my dad anything.
My dad's a sieve.
Like you cannot tell him anything.
Not a word.
The whole world will know.
That is my
kind
father.
Kind of similar to Ed Kelce.
He is. So Randall asked my dad to marry me we were at a friend's wedding, and my dad said yes. For the rest of the night, my dad was coming up to me crying. He's like, I'm so proud of you and the woman you've become. And I went to my mom. I'm like, what the hell's wrong with Dad?
What's going on?
And then I said to Randall, I'm like, my dad's being really weird. He's like all mushy and like complimenting me as a woman, which feels weird and uncomfortable.
Right.
And then Randall had to go to my dad and say, Dad, like she doesn't know. Like this is a surprise. What are you doing?
Oh my God.
Yeah. He is like
that tracks.
Or if you want some kind of fake story out there, you send it to my dad and off it goes to his community.
Exactly.
Dads are civvy by nature.
It's true.
I don't imagine if, in fact, Ed was not given the go-ahead, that Taylor was too pleased, nor was her camp at this.
Yes, that must have been a tense family dinner that night. We thought, or I was questioning the timing of the announcement. I thought it was a bit random. It was like a random Tuesday afternoon, and I was wondering, like, what is behind this timing?
Okay.
I have a couple of theories. The one thing that has been going around the internet is that it was the 26th, and that's 2 times 13. Okay. The other thing I'm wondering is the same day or within 48 hours of that announcement, it was also revealed that Travis has an American Eagle line. of clothing.
The true colors.
Right. So he has his own collection, and that was revealed same day. I'm wondering if they didn't announce this to bury his association with American Eagle after their trouble with Syndey Sweeney. And as we know, putting a positive headline that's going to dominate could take attention away from headlines we don't want people to see. Bury them down, 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 down.
For sure.
When you Google Travis Kelce, it's going to be 1,000 pages of engagement news with Taylor before it's going to talk about his American Eagle line. And I'm wondering if this was a T-Pain strategy to get that thing buried.
My girl.
Because they obviously have been working on this for some time. He had long hair in the campaign. It was obviously shot and agreed upon many, many months ago, way before they had trouble with Syndey Sweeney's Good Jeans campaign. And then they had to figure out how to put a positive spin on it and not get dragged down into the like, oi, Travis is working with this problematic company.
That's right. That makes a lot of sense.
I'm wondering if
you know what? I buy that for $1.
Yeah,
I do. Do we want to talk about Taylor out at Brittany Mahomes' 30th birthday celebration in Nashville?
Yes. Well, she made two rapid appearances after the engagement.
Yes,
the first
she
one
did.
was at a college football game with Trav and Brittany and Patrick Mahomes.
Yep.
You know, when you first get engaged and like you just kind of want to like you're holding everything with your left hand and everything is just sort of like
It's so
sort of like
obnoxious.
touching your face unnecessarily.
You're
and,
waving like this.
yeah, you're like, oh,
Hi.
hi, so nice.
You're
I
totally
feel
right.
like I feel like that's what was going on there.
You're right. And I love that.
Yeah, I love that.
It's
for
a rite of passage.
Totally.
You earned it.
Totally.
I love it. You're right. There was some of those handy gestures.
Maybe I'm making it up as usual, but
I know I did it.
but we all know what that feels like to be that girl with that ring.
Yes.
You got 8 carats on your hand, baby. You better show that off.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. So Brittany turned 30. I know.
I know. How are they so young?
I don't know. Celebration in Nashville. So a lot of photos, what I think are her OG friends. And it's exactly like, it looks like a bachelorette party in Nashville. Hats and hair and cowboy boot balloons and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So she wasn't in any of those photos.
Right.
But she was spotted at the dinner. So she went and showed up and participated.
I love that.
I do too. I think that's pretty
it's a
great.
really good sport to go on in your what is sort of the biggest week of your life.
Yep.
Show up for your girlfriend.
Yeah.
With all of her kind of like normie friends and do the normie thing.
And that would be hard to be othered in that way too.
Yes,
like to
of
be,
course.
and you're not just like a mildly famous person with this kind of extraordinarily like big life.
Yeah.
You are Taylor Swift and you just got engaged.
Exactly.
And you would feel like she describes herself in that what's that song she describes herself as? She's like this big monster on a hill. Like you would feel that way. You would feel like this, oh my God, I'm so weird and
optically
just
yeah,
like I would be uncomfortable.
taking up a lot of space.
But then if you're also Brittany's OG friends, can you imagine? You're like, wait a second. Taylor, what are we doing? And then you're trying to be cool?
Yeah.
Like, what are you talking to her about?
Be cool.
Be cool.
We
be
would
cool.
not be cool.
Don't ask for a photo. Don't ask for a photo.
Yeah, exactly. I love that she went, and I love how she created boundaries for herself by like not being in those photos, but she was still able to like celebrate her pal.
That's right, which is important for, you know, camaraderie and morale and team, and you know they're going into a big season and
maintaining a semblance of normalcy in your life as well. Like I think Taylor and Travis talk a lot about how they're kind of just normal people living normal lives in this extraordinary world.
Yep.
And I think that this is testament to sort of that feeling of like, why wouldn't I go?
Right. Of course I'll be there.
Yeah.
RSVP, yes.
Yay.
Wild. Just wild.
Wild.
To be those OG pals.
Yes.
Let's get to Bad Bunny.
Bad Bunny.
I think he's so great. Do you know how he got the name Bad Bunny?
No.
Okay. I was obsessed with this because we call Marigold, my little one, the bad banana.
Oh, yes, of course.
Which is from The Grinch. You're Mr. Grinch, you're a bad banana.
Okay.
So Marigold, it was a mischievous and still is a mischievous kid. So we call her Bad Banana with love, obviously.
Oh my God,
so I was like,
cute.
how did he become Bad Bunny? So as a kid in Puerto Rico, he's a Puerto Rican descent. He had to wear a bunny costume for a school event. He was mad about it.
How old?
Little.
Okay.
He got a photo of him looking really grumpy in this bunny suit. So years later, I could totally picture this too, like a kid just like
Yeah, just like mad at the world.
Super mad. Years later, when he was choosing a username for social media, he used Bad Bunny because of the photo.
Oh my God.
And then he became super famous.
And it stuck.
Now
you're stuck with Bad Bunny.
And there's the history of Bad Bunny.
It's a great name.
It's a great name.
I've been seeing so much of Bad Bunny recently because he is doing this big residency in Puerto Rico.
Massive, yeah.
And I didn't really know a lot about it. We saw some like really funny clips of John Hamm, who is having a very good time in the audience at Bad Bunny's show in Puerto Rico. We also saw who was it? It was Penelope Cruz and Javier Bardem were there. A lot of celebrities are flocking to Puerto Rico.
I think LeBron's a big fan too.
LeBron, yes.
Yeah.
And they're all like lit.
Big
when
time.
they go. Like, this is not a concert you go dry. Like, you go with a little bit of liquid courage.
You turn up.
They're all turning up. So I didn't know a lot about this residency, but really he is, as you said, of Puerto Rican descent. Puerto Rico is very close to his heart.
Mm-hmm.
And this, I think it's 30 shows. Is it 30? 30 show concert series in San Juan. Is estimated to kind of have a huge economic impact on Puerto Rico to the tune of $250 million.
Wow. What a way to give
in
back.
An economy that really needed a bit of a boost. And he stepped in and said, if I'm going to host a residency anywhere, it's going to be here and people will come to me.
I love that.
And so it's for all the best reasons. And he's talked about it and said it's been the most magical professional time of his life. And he knew it would be great, but he couldn't have even close to have predicted how good it would feel and how amazing and magical the crowd would be, and how connected he would feel to it. So I just love that he's doing that.
Me too.
And he could have done this anywhere. He could have done this in Vegas.
For sure.
He could literally do this anywhere he wants, and he chose to do it in his hometown.
I love that. The pride and the desire to give back.
Yeah.
And to bring people who may have not been to Puerto Rico before there to see the culture and immerse and experience it.
And then,
love
make that investment into the economy.
Exactly.
By getting hotels and
all
eating
of it.
meals and doing all those things. So there's just a beautiful ripple effect there. He is one of the most streamed artists of all time. Like, he's a huge star.
He is.
He also had a massive, very public relationship with Kendall Jenner.
That's right.
And when I saw them together, this was a couple years ago, I was like, what? I don't get it.
I don't get it.
Now I get it.
I get it.
I really get it.
No, I get it.
Because he's Latin, so he's definitely a lover boy. He's also hilarious,
as seen in Happy Gilmore too.
Yes, and on SNL. He's actually fully hosted SNL before, and has some of the most viral clips from his hosting gig. He's also in Caught Stealing, that new movie with Zoe and Austin, and he's kind of a budding comedian.
Yeah, he's hilarious.
I think he saved Happy, as I said when we first chatted about it, I think he literally made Happy Gilmore 2 watchable.
I think Taylor Swift agrees with you. She highly praised his performance and his comedic timing and his facial expressions. Yeah. So, yeah, you and Taylor really nailed that.
His star is really on the rise.
It is.
People were not sure if maybe he was going to appear on her Life of a Showgirl album.
Ooh.
Because there's a track that we know is titled Honey. And in Happy Gilmore 2, which she knows she was very excited about, he, in his dream sequence, slathers Travis Kelce's character in honey. So the breadcrumbs and the detectives were wondering if maybe Honey was a nod to Bad Bunny and that he had a guest appearance on her album. But I do believe he shut down those rumors this week, although you never know.
You never know.
Because, they could be pulling a fast one on us.
Wait a second. What if it's part of the halftime show? What if Bad Bunny pops up on stage with Taylor Swift at the halftime show? Ooh. Let's put that one out there too.
Let's put that one out there.
Courtesy of your pals at In3.
That would be an amazing mashup.
Are you kidding me? All halftime shows, or most anyway, have a little surprise performer.
You're right.
Oh, I would love that.
Oh, same. Okay.
Let's pray for that.
Now we're cooking with gas.
We are. He's also known to be a really great guy. Like, anything you read about him, people have nothing but really wonderful things to say.
Yeah.
So he's handsome. He's talented in many of the artistic spheres. And he's a great guy and he's funny. So what's not to love?
Yeah. And he's also, he's really big into fashion.
Yeah, he is.
We've seen him at the Met Gala a bunch of years, right? He did that campaign for Gucci with Kendall when they were together. And he's been highly celebrated for being a Latin man in the media who is kind of pushing the boundaries of like gender norms as it relates to fashion. There was one particular moment where he wore a kilt.
Yep.
And he wore a shirt in support of the trans community. So he's also an activist in his own way. And he makes big statements with the small things that he does in his fashion moves day to day. And I just, like I'm a really big fan of what he's doing.
Me
and
too.
I really do think that his star is massively on the rise.
And just going to get bigger at the Super Bowl.
At the Super Bowl with Taylor. Exactly.
It's a great year.
You heard it here.
This was so much fun, as always.
The best.
The best. Thank you for being here, for listening and watching and rating, subscribing, following, a comment. Always appreciated. And of course, get into our DMs if you've got alternate thoughts or the same ones.
Our DMs are hot and we're in there. We're talking to all the people.
We
so
are.
get in there. Let's have a chat.
Yeah.
And have an amazing week, everyone.
Bye.
See ya.